Research has said that out of the more than 200 million population of Nigeria, about 70% are youth, a significant demography the current administration sees as a mobile force to building a vibrant and progressive nation. President Bola Tinubu is upbeat about this and has demonstrated his desire so far by appointing a good number of young Nigerians in his cabinet, approved a total of 110 billion naira for youth development, and has signed a Student Loan Act 2024 to support youth education as a pillar to youth in development, among many more. The younger generation has for long been clamoring for an opportunity to develop their maximum potential and actively participate in governance. It seems the present administration has provided that path, but how ready are the Nigerian youth to embrace this slot? My guest will speak to this in a moment. I am Joseph Utsan. Welcome to the program. Now, my guest is a youth leader, a public affairs analyst, politician, and entrepreneur with some knowledge of judicial proceedings, having served as a registrar in the Ebonyi State Judiciary Customary Court of Appeal between 2008 and 2018, an advocate of the not too young to run in Nigeria, and has once aspired to run for a seat in the Ebonyi State House of Assembly. On the spot is the National President, Nigeria Youth Organization, Comrade Okorie Okorie. Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Okay. Well, it seems the youth in Nigeria, others will argue that I've never had it this good, based on the way the present administration wants to run its government. The youth is the pillar of development, youth employment, all this. What we have seen so far, what's your take on it?
Well, thank you so much for this privilege. Well, for me, so far so good. It's not bad from the side of the present administration when we talk about inclusiveness of youth in governance. But then, like the celebrated Oliver Twist, who will always ask of more, we believe that when the youth will have more opportunity to participate in governance, when we have more opportunity to be actively involved in the system, it will go a long way to projecting the Nigerian youth into what leadership is all about. Because those who are leading today, and of course you should know, there must be foundation through which one can be properly trained. If we don't get the youth adequately involved in governance, then how do you now prepare them to take over the leadership of tomorrow of our dear country? So far so good. Like I said, is not a bad one for the youth, but we will ask for more. And that is why we have continued to advocate. Even while the former president was there, I think we made this appeal, and one senator took up that responsibility. We made appeal of federal government to a kind of establish a commission that will be directly responsible for the welfare.
Before you talk about the commission, you were talking about the youth being prepared. And if you, during my introduction, I asked one question: how prepared are the Nigerian youths at this particular point in time? What will you say? Will you say Nigerian youths are prepared to take up that responsibility in terms of governance or in terms of actively participating?
Yes, The youths are very much prepared. And the good thing is that we are eager to be integrated into the system. Take for an instance, at any point in time you see a Nigerian youth has given any opportunity, you will see that exceedingly he's doing very, very well. He or she is doing very, very well. So I would say that we are prepared. But however, we need more training. We need more training. And
when you talk about prepared, is it prepared as in the modeling the youth have had from the politicians that we have now? Because they are most the politicians and as you say are the role model, and if they are prepared towards that direction, would they be making any change?
Like I said, when I said we are prepared, educationally, the Nigerian youth are prepared. And once you are equipped educationally, the next thing is learning process of the leadership. And how do you get involved in the learning process? By you being integrated as a Nigerian youth, proper integration of the youth. And that is why when we continue to clamor for this commission, for the establishment of National Youth Development Commission, you know, this commission, when established, each state will have a commissioner in that commission, including the FCT. That commission will also have a chairman, and that commission will also have an executive secretary. Now, this commission will be responsible for training of the youths. To train the youths, they will be responsible for organizing of
what kind of
symposiums.
No more. What kind of training?
Yes, leadership training. Leadership training. Like from time to time, there should be symposiums. From time to time, there should be conferences. For an instance, we are having security challenges. What are the roles of the youth? The government can even decide through the National Youth Development Commission. The commission can as well synergize with maybe Police Service Commission or any other establishment that has to do with security. They will now come up with, together with this commission, organize a symposium, organize conferences. Then you draw youth leaders. If you have any group that is agitating for any particular thing, from that moment you now engage them. Then furthermore, federal government should build National Youth Development Center or National Center for Youth Development. These trainings we are talking about is in that youth development center. Those are the places that you can organize these symposiums, conferences, seminars, and what have you. And not just about federal government. This commission is what various state government can actually introduce. Every state should have their own state youth development commission. Then if you start talking about anything that has to do with the youths, because they have commissioners, at the national level they have commissioners coming from their respective states, which is the representative of the youths from those states. You will now see that they will communicate to you the mind of the youth. From time to time, they will go back to the youth of their states, that commissioner representing that state. You go and hold a town hall meeting. What areas do you feel the youths are not being treated well? That town hall meeting will come up with such a resolution at the end of the day. You now pass it on to the commission chairman. The commission chairman can now implement it. Then at the state level, they will have their representative from various local government area and ward councils. That will now give the youth an insight. It will now get them directly engaged in the day-to-day running of the government. When you want to make some certain findings, you don't need to go and start struggling to maybe you don't have a clear information, because you now have a commission where you can even go and make inquiries. Assuming you are in schooling in any higher institution, perhaps as a Nigerian youth, you are molested or whatever intimidation, you can lay that your even complaint to the commission. That commission can now take up.
Let me take it that you're advocating for this commission. This government, have you heard of the Okorie report?
Yes, of
where
course.
the government is thinking of merging some agencies and so on.
Yes, I know.
You are advocating for this.
Yes.
We have the Ministry of Youth.
Yes.
At the state level, you have the Ministry for Youth.
Yes.
And so on. Is it not going to be a duplication of what has been there already?
It's not a duplication. For the youth, we are not even asking for too much. We are not asking. Because this commission, for one to be appointed into this commission, you must not be more than 45 years of age for you to be appointed into this commission. So purely it is a business of the youth.
Youth taking care of youth issues.
Good. For you to be a commissioner, for you to be chairman, for you to be executive secretary of that commission, both at the state and the national level, you must be within the age bracket of not more than 45 years of age. With that, you see that the youth, we are now directly involved on issues that has to do with us. So, yes, of course, the report you talked about, it is not a duplication. Because assuming this commission will help to arrest youth restiveness, and you know that government have been spending a lot of money on the area of security.
Of course.
So if you now use this medium to arrest youth restiveness, which we now...
How?
Good. By engaging the youth, by engaging them, you have directly arrested youth restiveness. You are trying to bring a control system. You are trying to come up with a system that, yes, a youth is in charge. That thing that is your problem, channel it to him, let him address it. Because he's a youth, he knows how to address the problem of the youth. You cannot go and bring somebody that is in California to come and address a problem of Nigeria, and you think it will be possible. No. And what we're asking for, like the federal ministry, like we have National Center for Women Development. We have it. Is there anything wrong with having National Center for Youth Development or National Youth Development Center, where we can talk about youth carnivals, where we can talk about youth programs like conferences, symposiums, when you address conferences on security, indirectly you're already addressing youth restiveness, because the youths are the one involved. When you talk about thuggery in an election, youths are the one involved. When this commission takes their time, perhaps synergize with Independent National Electoral Commission and sensitize the youth on the need for them not to get involved in thuggery during the election, you have also arrested another part of youth restiveness. You have also addressed another part of insecurity during any electioneering period.
Most of the time, when youth organizations like yours, when they are talking, you see it's more or less of a collection of some educated young Nigerians in the cities talking, advocating. But most of these crises that we are talking about today, sometimes they take place, most of them are in the rural areas, where there's poverty, where high level of illiteracy takes place. It's easier for someone to just go there and tell the young ones one or two things, especially they use sentiments and so on. Are you thinking of engaging the youth at the grassroots? And how do you want to go about that?
Good. Like Nigeria Youth Organization, we have our leadership at the national level. We have our leadership at the zonal level. We have our leadership at the state level. We have our leadership at the local government level and even at the ward level. Now, when you talk about this commission we continue to talk about, they have representatives coming from even at the rural area. And that is why we are not stopping at advocating for it to be established at the national level. State level should also come up with this commission. Now, because the representative of the state is coming from a ward council, from a local council, you now know the problem of the youth already. You sit with them, you interact with them, then that thing that is your challenge is what you now bring forth to the state where you are coming from. And then if you are representing a state, you collect the data of the problems, challenges the youth are having at the local areas, at the world areas, then you now bring it to the National Commission. So with that, you will see that there is a synergy between the leaders of the youth, and also synergy between the uneducated youths, the people that are most at times involved in some of these crimes or antisocial activities.
We'll go for a short break and come back to continue with how this commission will deal with the issue of especially youth restiveness and then youth participation in governance. Okay, stay with us as we take this short break. Welcome back to On the Spot with National President, Nigerian Youth Organization, Comrade Okorie Okorie.
Thank you.
The 110 billion the federal government is talking about involves small and medium scale enterprise, and then agriculture, especially in the agricultural sector. A lot of youth these days are not interested in agriculture.
We are.
A lot of youth.
We are.
But we are not seeing youth clamoring for that. Most of the people are talking about, most young people now, in short, what they want now is appointments. To be an aide to one politician, to be an aide to, that's why you keep having senior special assistant to this, advisor to this, and so on.
That is the training that the youths require. That is the training that you need to position their mind, channel it proper. Channel it proper. Everything is not about government. You have to teach them how to become a strong entrepreneur, how to become a strong farmer. This is one of the duties of that commission when established. The commission from time to time, when we talk about symposium, it could be a symposium on why the youth should get engaged in agriculture. Such symposium, the federal government of Nigeria can even bring foreigners also, successful youths outside Nigeria, successful youths within the country. There will be resource persons to such programs. Then you have now channeled the minds of the youth proper. Even successful leaders like Dangote, who has been into business and other, you can also invite him. Let him have an opportunity of speaking to 1,000 Nigerian youths. Let them hear him. This is how I started. Where I am today, I am not president of Nigeria. I am not former governor. I'm not former senator. In fact, I was not even a local government chairman. In fact, I was not even a political talk to any politician. But now I'm fine. You can see my status. You can see my standard. That is the training we are talking about. That is the symposium. That is the conferences. And now, if you are talking about these programs without having a national youth skill acquisition center, when you have this national center for youth development or national youth development commission, it must be there.
Centers across the country established by the federal government. There are so many of them.
You should designate one. You should designate one for the youth.
It's the youth.
We are covering a very large number of Nigerian populace. So, for us to have a skill acquisition center that is nicknamed for the youth is not a bad one.
Will it be named youth?
Yes, of course.
If you look at what the NDE is doing and so on, most of them
give it to us for the first time. Let us be responsible for handling our affair. Let it be skill acquisition center at the national level. Let it be skill acquisition center at the state level. Let it be skill acquisition center at the local government level, even at the world level, so that every Nigerian youth will be learning something. Everything is not even all about school. When people are seriously engaged in skill acquisition, you won't have time to go and commit one crime or the other. You are busy, perhaps learning furniture. You are busy, perhaps learning this or learning that. Your brain won't have time. Your concentration will be on things you can do to better your life and that of the society where you belong to. So there is need for federal government to build National Youth Skill Acquisition Center, which can be inside that National Center for Youth Development. State Skill Acquisition Center. It's not a big deal. It's not a big thing. You spend so much money on security, and we are now saying one of the things that is affecting security, we want you to address it.
Talking about peace and conflict resolution, one of the major issues a lot of people have talked about is sentiment. Nigerians believing that you see young people backing up a corrupt leader from their zone or from their state or from their ethnic, from their tribe. Simple. When they say this one is corrupt, you see them, they back him up. Some of them are even ready to fight for that person. And so simply because he's coming from their side.
It's not true. That assertion is wrong.
You have not seen that.
That assertion is
wrong. No, you have
not seen that. Nigerian youths are very conscious set of people. Very, very conscious set of people. Because
are you actually monitoring?
Yes, I'm telling you. Yes, very, very conscious set of people. In fact,
I don't want to mention names. In fact, there's an incident that happened on recent. Majority of you see the people who went to that place to savage the person, whatever, were young people.
Erroneously used, brainwashed Nigerian youth. Those ones are brainwashed Nigerian. Those ones need rehabilitation. And that is the duty of this commission. That rehabilitation is training. Reposition their brain. This is the proper thing. Look at the way you are supposed to go. But the greater part of the Nigerian youth, one good thing about us is that immediately we have this particular note that you are not a good leader. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. You will see Nigerian youth, they will be totally against that particular action. That is one thing very, very spectacular about us. We don't like this action. We don't want to know whether you are from Hausa, you are from Igbo, you are from Yoruba. It doesn't really matter for us. The important thing for us is let the right thing be done. But for the brainwashed Nigerian youths, they need rehabilitation, training, so that you can reposition their mind to national development. You can reposition their mind to the unity of the country, which is what my organization stands for. Because we say that we are poised at building a virile, more united and progressive Nigeria. That is what the Nigeria Youth Organization is known for. We are committed to excellence and patriotism.
On this platform, let me just give you some few minutes down to say a word out there to Nigerian youths. Say yours.
To my fellow Nigerian youths, my own is that Aluta continua. The struggle is on. Let's continue to give the young Nigerian youth the needed support, and do not lose focus in Nigeria. For us, we believe that Nigeria will be a greater nation, and we are looking up to the president to, through his renewed hope Nigeria mantra. We are expecting he should do more for the youth. He should get us more integrated. He should get us more involved in the system. He should, from time to time, organize a roundtable discussion with the youths. Invite youth leaders from various organizations and youth leaders from various states of the federation, various ethnic background. Have them on a roundtable discussion, one-on-one with the CNC. Let us look at him, dialogue, discuss the affairs of the youth. That will, give the youths more hope to Nigerian project. And for us, we believe that the Nigerian youth, there must be a greater tomorrow for us. And for our tomorrow to be greater, we must start doing the best we can today so that we can emerge the best leaders.
Okay. President, Nigerian Youth Organization, Comrade Okorie Okorie, thank you for your time on the spot.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And that is on the spot for this week. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.